Hello my dear students, welcome back to the science class. In the previous class, we have studied a few concepts from your unit 1, that is matter in our surroundings. We have understood the concept of matter, atoms, how the particles of matter behave, and what are the characteristics of particles of matter. By the end of the previous class, I had told you that in this chapter, we have to finish latent heat and evaporation. These are the only two topics left which we have to cover up right now. So let's proceed with latent heat. The meaning of latent is hidden. What is the meaning of latent? Hidden. Latent heat plays a very important role during the conversion of states. What is the meaning of conversion of states? Conversion from solid to liquid, liquid to gas. Latent heat plays a very important part. Now what does latent heat do? Let's take an example. I have ice here whose particles are attached very close to each other, and I have water here whose particles are far away from each other. This is ice, this is water. Now when you compare ice and water, both has the same physical properties. Okay? But when we look at ice and water again, ice is a solid, water is a liquid. The chemical formula is same. Okay? Both their chemical formulas are H2O. It's the same thing. It's not that whenever ice melts it becomes something else. No. They both are the same things. But what is the difference here? In ice, the forces of attraction between the particles are very high compared to water. Hence, ice acts as a solid, water acts as a liquid. So in order to convert ice and water, I have to break these forces of attraction between particles. To break this force of attraction between particles which are already high, we have to increase the temperature. When we increase the temperature, latent heat is provided here. That's why it's called hidden heat, because it is used to break the bond between particles. So if I have to break the bond between particles, solid can get converted into liquid. Because if I break these bonds, particles are free to move now. If they are free to move, they can get converted into water or liquid. Understood, guys? This process is called latent heat. Of fusion. Latent heat of fusion. What is the meaning of fusion? Please try to recollect in the previous class. Fusion is the process of converting solid into liquid. So latent heat of fusion represents, or it means that the amount of heat required to convert solid into liquid is called latent heat of fusion. Am I clear, guys? Okay? The same thing goes with the liquid to gas process also. So how do you convert liquid into gas? By providing heat. When you convert liquid into gas, that phenomena is called latent heat of vaporization. So the amount of heat required to convert a specific liquid into its gaseous form is called latent heat of vaporization. In your class 9, you have the concept of only these two. Okay? So we'll proceed to the next topic, which is your evaporation. Now the term evaporation, you have already learned in your previous classes. It's a very simple process which occurs all the time of the day, and which you have seen also, which you have felt also. I'm going to teach you by giving you certain examples. What is evaporation? Let's go to the definition first. Evaporation is the conversion of liquid into gaseous state by providing heat. Okay guys, what is evaporation? Whenever we are providing heat to any liquid, it can get converted into gaseous state. That is called evaporation. Done? Now, evaporation example. Do one thing. Most of the households have acetone in it. Okay? What is acetone now? The nail polish remover which you get. Just take the nail polish remover, put a few drops on your palm. Whenever you put a few drops of nail polish remover on your palm, you will observe that your palm starts feeling cold. Why did this happen? Why did your palm start feeling? I'm repeating the question again. Why did your palm start feeling cold? The answer is very simple actually. Whenever you put acetone on your palm, see guys, the boiling point of acetone is very low. What is the meaning of boiling point? Boiling point represents the temperature at which a liquid starts boiling. For example, the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. That means at exactly 100 degrees Celsius, the water starts getting converted into its vapor form. So similarly, acetone has a very low boiling point. So since the boiling point of acetone is very low, whenever it falls on your skin, there is a temperature difference there now. The skin temperature is very hot in terms of acetone. That means whenever this acetone falls on your skin, it acquires its boiling point. When it acquires its boiling point, it evaporates from the surface of your palm. When it evaporates from the surface of your palm starts feeling cold. Okay guys? Was it simple? Now I am going to make it more simpler. What happens is, whenever acetone is kept on your palm, it absorbs the heat from your surroundings. What is the surrounding here? Your palm. It absorbs the heat from your palm, it gets evaporated, goes away. Since it pulls the heat away from your palm starts feeling cold. This is the main reason for the cold feeling of your palm whenever you are using acetone to you. Okay? The same thing happens when you are using cotton clothes in summer. But see, cotton clothes has the property of absorbing maximum heat, sweat. So in summer days, whenever you are sweating a lot, you put cotton clothes. These cotton clothes will absorb the heat, sweat from your body. Now, this sweat will start evaporating, and this evaporation will lead to cooling. Okay, done guys? So what this evaporation directly lead to? Cooling. Please keep this in mind. Evaporation leads to cooling. Okay? Now, let's proceed to the factors on which evaporation depends. Basically, evaporation depends on temperature, humidity, surface area, and wind speed. These are the four factors on which evaporation depends. Let's go one by one. The first thing, evaporation, how is it depending on temperature? Suppose you are washing your clothes. I'll give you the clothes example. I'll try to give you the clothes example in most of the cases. Suppose you have washed your clothes. You want to dry it. What do you need to dry it? You need the sun. Why do you need the sun for? For the heat or for the excessive temperature. That's why as temperature increases, evaporation increases. Can you go through the statement again? As temperature increases, the process of evaporation increases. Done? Next, evaporation depends on humidity. What is the meaning of humidity now? The moisture content present in the atmosphere is called humidity. Now, how does humidity related to evaporation? Again, let's go to the washing clothes thing. Clothes are there. Suppose it's after the rain, when the climate is more humid, if you try to dry your clothes, it takes a longer amount of time. So we can conclude that as humidity increases, evaporation decreases. I'll write down the statements, okay guys? Temperature is directly proportional to evaporation. This is the first one. Humidity is inversely proportional to evaporation. You might have learned it in your mathematics. Directly proportional means, and by inversely proportional, I mean that left hand side, whenever left hand side is increasing, the right hand side decreases. That is the meaning of inversely proportional, guys. Okay? Let's proceed to the next term, that is your surface area. How does evaporation relate to surface area? Let's take the example of cloth again. You have washed your cloth. If you want to dry it, will you put all your clothes like this, then you dry it, or will you spread it out, then you dry it? So the answer is the later one. You want to spread it out. Because when you spread out, the area increases. And when the area increases, the process of evaporation also increases. Okay? Next, the wind speed. Suppose it was a rainy day. you have school the next day. You want to wear your uniforms, but it's not, it's dirty. So what do? You wash it at night. When you wash it at night, what is the most sensible thing you do? You try to dry it under the fan. Why did I choose under the fan? Because evaporation is directly related to wind speed. As wind speed increases, evaporation increases. So guys, here, temperature, surface area and wind speed are directly proportional to evaporation, while humidity is inversely proportional to evaporation. Now, there are some certain questions in your science textbook. Please try to do it. All questions are related to evaporation. Remember that evaporation is leading to cooling, and evaporation is depending on these 4 important factors. So with this, I conclude the first chapter. I hope it was a good experience for you. If you are having any doubts or problems, you can contact me. I will make sure that all your doubts or all your problems are solved. Have a nice day. Thank you.